Long Beach, California, April 15th, 1967, Saturday evening. The Long Beach Arena, 2,000 people inside. The Long Beach International Karate Championships, the most prestigious martial arts tournament in America. Front rows reserved for masters, visiting instructors, school owners, men who can read every movement on that floor the way other people read words on a page. Behind them, the general public, students, family members, people who came to see something real. Bruce Lee is in the third row, left side, aisle seat. 26 years old, black jacket, dark trousers, no uniform, no belt, nothing marking him as anything. He came to watch, to study, to observe how different systems move under competitive pressure. Tonight, he is audience, sitting quietly, watching everything with the attention of someone who finds human movement endlessly interesting. On the competition floor, the final match is finishing. Open weight division, 3 rounds, hard fought. Then in the final 10 seconds, one man lands a spinning back kick cleanly. 3 judges' flags go up simultaneously. Clear decision. The arena erupts. The winner is Daniel Park, 31 years old, Korean American, 6 feet even, 195 pounds. Third-degree black belt in Tang Sudo, world champion, 16 wins this season, 0 losses. The best open-weight competitor on the American circuit, and everyone in this building knows it. He is standing center mat, chest heaving, sweat on his face, and he has never felt this good in his life. The head judge approaches with the trophy. Tall, polished, heavy. Daniel takes it in both hands, raises it. The arena comes apart. His team rushes the mat. 11 years of early mornings, injuries that healed wrong, small tournaments in gymnasiums with bad lighting. Tonight is what all of that was for. He lets the celebration happen, then steps to the microphone. His voice carries across the full arena. Thank you. But before I leave this mat, I want one more challenge, not a competitor. Someone from this crowd, any style, any size, come down here and show me what you have. I am still standing. I have more left. Who wants to find out? The crowd responds with excitement. Nervous laughter, people looking at their neighbors. Nobody moves toward the floor. Daniel waits, then starts scanning, row by row, looking for someone who sits differently, someone whose body carries information that most bodies do not carry. Third row, left side, a small man. Chinese, 5'7", black jacket. While the people around him laugh and nudge each other, this man is doing none of that. Sitting completely still, not watching the crowd, watching Daniel, directly, without expression, without excitement or nervousness, just watching, with a quality of attention that feels, from 20 feet away, like something beyond ordinary observation. Daniel points. You third row, black jacket. Come up here. The small man does not move immediately. People around him turn to look. A woman to his left says something. He does not look at her. His eyes are still on Daniel. A second passes. Daniel says again, "Yes, you, come on up." The small man stands. He stands the way very few people stand, without adjustment. One movement, complete, balanced. As he begins moving toward the aisle, something shifts in the room, not a sound. Just a change in the quality of attention, the way air changes before weather arrives. Daniel's corner man, Steve Ree, steps close, says quietly into his ear, "Danny, that's Bruce Lee." Daniel keeps his eyes on the approaching man, says, "Who?" Steve says the name again, more clearly this time. Daniel's expression shifts. Something crosses his face. He looks at the small man differently now. The walk, the way the body moves, the complete absence of self-consciousness. He has heard the name. Everyone on the circuit has heard the name. The demonstrations nobody can quite describe. The speed that language does not fit. The school in Oakland. Bruce Lee. Steve says urgently, "Danny, you just won. Walk away clean. Best night of your career. Don't complicate it." Daniel watches Bruce walk from the third row toward the competition floor. Watches the way he moves through the crowd. How people step aside without being asked. Daniel thinks, I am the world champion. Tonight, in front of 2,000 people with this trophy in my hands. If I call him back, those 2,000 people will wonder for the rest of their lives whether I was afraid, whether the world champion. On the night he won everything, backed down from a small man in a black jacket, sitting in the third row. That story will follow him everywhere. Bruce reaches the floor, stops, 10 feet from Daniel, looks up at him. The height difference is visible from the back rows. 6 inches, the weight difference too. 55 pounds. Daniel still holding the championship trophy in his left hand. Daniel looks at Bruce for a long moment. The arena completely quiet now, he says quietly. Not into the microphone, just to Bruce, just for the front rows to hear. They just told me who you are. Bruce says nothing, just waits. Expression, unchanged. Body, unchanged. Daniel continues. Doesn't change anything. You're here, I'm here. He hands the trophy to Steve, steps forward, takes his stance. Classic, textbook, the stance of 11 years of serious training. Nobody stops it, because everybody understands that this is the moment, the actual thing, the one that will be talked about when everything else from tonight has been forgotten. Bruce does not take a stance, just stands, jacket still on, arms at his sides, looking at Daniel the way a man looks at something he is genuinely interested in, not a threat, not a challenge, just interest. Daniel attacks first, the spinning back kick that won the championship match 20 minutes ago, his best technique, the one that ended 15 matches this season. Full speed, full commitment. He is not holding back. Bruce moves offline, not backward, forward and to the side. 4 inches of displacement. The kick passes where he was, misses by a margin so small that the front rows inhale simultaneously. Daniel's momentum carries him through the rotation. He recovers fast, resets, already throwing the right cross. Full hip rotation, shoulder behind it, everything he has. Bruce's head moves 1 inch left. The punch passes his cheek. While still at full extension, Bruce's 2 fingers touch the inside of Daniel's forearm. Specific point. 3 inches below the elbow. Gentle contact. Daniel feels his hand open involuntarily. His grip fails completely. He pulls the arm back, shakes it. The arm is not hurt. Just momentarily not his. He resets. Circles right. Eyes reading Bruce differently now. The front rows are not breathing. They have trained long enough to read what is happening, to see the precision behind the economy, to understand that what looks like small movements is the product of something most people cannot achieve in 30 years under any circumstances. Daniel tries combination, jab, cross, front kick. Drilled 10,000 times, his body executes without thought. Fast, clean, connected. Bruce moves through it, like water finding spaces between things. The jab, head tilt, punch, finds air. The cross, body rotation. Punch finds more air. The front kick, weight shift, kick extends into empty space, and while the combination completes, while Daniel is between techniques and his structure is momentarily open, Bruce's open palm touches his solar plexus. Not a strike, contact, controlled, 10 pounds of force. At exactly the right moment, Daniel's breath exits. Diaphragm interrupts. He doubles slightly. Hands drop to his stomach. The involuntary response. He recovers in 4 seconds, straightens. But 4 seconds on the competition floor, in front of 2,000 people, is an eternity. The arena saw it. Every master in the front rows saw it, and understood every decision that led to this moment. 4 minutes total, 14 attacks. Nothing landed. Bruce touched him twice. Both open palm, both precisely placed. Not to hurt, to show. To demonstrate without a single aggressive action where the openings were and what could have been placed in them. Daniel stands center mat. Processing, looks at Bruce, then at the floor, then at the trophy in Steve's hands. The arithmetic is complete. He has added up what he threw, noted what landed, arrived at the result with the same clarity he brings to everything. He says, "How long have you been training?" Bruce says, "Since I was 13. Daniel nods slowly. Says, "I've been training since I was 20. 11 years. Bruce says nothing. The comparison is not the point. Daniel knows that. He is not making the comparison. He is accounting for the distance, trying to understand the size of what he does not know. Daniel picks up the trophy from Steve, holds it, looks at it for a moment, then looks at Bruce, says, "I want to train with you properly. I want to understand what you understand." Bruce says, "Come to my school in Oakland. Call ahead." Daniel nods once. The arena remains silent for 5 full seconds. Then the front rows begin to applaud. Slow, deliberate. The applause of people who know what they watched. It builds, spreads backward through the rows. The general public joining without fully understanding why, just following the quality of the response from the people who do understand. Steve approaches Daniel as they walk off the mat. Says, "I told you." Daniel says, "You did." Steve says, "You should have walked away." Daniel is quiet for a moment, then says, "No, if I had walked away, I would have spent every day wondering. Now I know that is worth more than a clean exit." Steve thinks about this, does not agree, does not argue. Daniel Park competed for 4 more years after Long Beach 1967, won more tournaments, added titles. But people who trained with him noticed a change in his approach. He stopped relying on his best techniques as answers, started asking what happened when best techniques were insufficient. Visited Bruce's school in Oakland 3 times, short visits. Bruce was busy. But in those 3 visits, Daniel received something he spent the rest of his career passing to his own students. When people asked about his greatest tournament moment, he said, "Long Beach 1967" without hesitating. When they said, "The championship win," he said, "No, after." When they asked him to describe what happened after, he said the same thing every time. "I called out someone I didn't know was Bruce Lee. Then I found out. And I continued anyway. In 4 minutes, I learned more than in the previous 11 years. I didn't know. And then I knew, and I did it. Anyway, that was the stupidest and the best thing I ever did." 2,000 people were in that arena. They came to see who was best. They saw the answer to a different question. What happens when the best meets something beyond what best can reach? What that distance looks like from 20 feet away. What it does to a person who experiences it directly. The front rows got it right. The masters and instructors in the first 3 rows, They described it the same way to their students for the rest of their lives, not as a story about defeat, as a story about distance, how large that distance can be, how clearly one man demonstrated it on a competition floor in Long Beach on an April evening in 1967. Subscribe. Enable notifications, like the video, and comment below which Bruce Lee moment surprised you most.